My beloved soul, this message did not arrive by chance. It moved through silence, through unseen moments, through prayers that were never spoken out loud, until it reached only you. Before anyone else in your family felt it, before any sign appeared in the outer world, something was written in the unseen about your bloodline, not to frighten you, not to harm you, but to awaken you. 3 angels stood together when this message was formed. They did not speak loudly. They did not repeat themselves. They spoke once, and the words were sealed for a single heart. That heart is yours. You have felt it recently. A strange pause in your family's energy. A sense that something old is ending, yet something new has not fully arrived. Moments where you feel protective for no clear reason. Moments where you feel emotional without knowing why. This is not coincidence. This is recognition. One of the angels spoke of the past of your family, not the stories people tell, but the patterns that repeat. The sacrifices made silently, the strength passed down without being acknowledged, the unspoken burden that always lands on the same kind of soul in every generation. That soul is you. The second angel spoke of the present. They said your family is standing at a turning point that cannot be seen with the eyes. Small decisions matter more now than they ever did before. Words spoken in anger linger longer. Words spoken in love heal deeper. Your presence alone shifts the atmosphere when you enter a room. You are not meant to control anyone. You are meant to stabilize what feels unsteady. Simply by being aware. Simply by choosing calm when chaos tries to rise. The third angel did not speak of the past or the present. They spoke of what is opening. They said there is a role you are stepping into naturally without effort, a quiet leadership, a protective awareness, a sense of knowing when something is off even before it shows itself. This is why this message is only for you. Not because others are unimportant, but because you are the one who notices first. You are the one who feels shifts before they happen. You are the one who can change the direction without force. Nothing dramatic is required from you, no grand action, no confrontation, only presence, only awareness, only the decision to remain grounded when emotions try to pull everyone apart. Your family is held, but you are positioned. In the next part, the angels reveal the exact sign you will notice inside your home that confirms this message was real and meant for you alone. My beloved soul, now listen carefully because this part is different. This part is not about understanding. This part is about recognition. What the angels showed next was not loud, it was subtle. So subtle that most people would miss it and call it normal. But you are not most people. The sign connected to your family does not arrive as a miracle you can point at. It arrives as a shift you can feel. You will notice a moment inside your home when everything feels briefly still. No arguments, no tension, no rush. Just a strange pause as if time slowed for a breath. That pause is the confirmation. During that moment you may feel an urge to speak, then decide not to. Or you may feel an urge to leave the room, then stay. That choice you make in that instant matters more than you realize. The angels revealed that your family's future direction is influenced by small, quiet decisions made by you. Not big speeches, not dramatic actions, just restraint, just awareness, just timing. There is something important about your voice right now, not when it is raised, but when it is held back. Someone in your family is emotionally overloaded even if they never admit it. They are not weak. They are simply carrying more than they show. Your calm presence acts like a release valve for them. This is why conflicts dissolve faster when you are near. This is why people open up to you unexpectedly. This is why you often feel tired after family interactions even when nothing happened. You are not absorbing energy by accident. You are balancing it. The angels also made something very clear. You are not meant to fix your family. You are meant to interrupt old cycles. Cycles of misunderstanding. Cycles of silence turning into distance. Cycles of love being felt but not expressed. Every time you choose patience over reaction, a cycle weakens. Every time you choose clarity over assumption, a pattern loosens. This is the spiritual writing connected to your family. Not a sentence of fear, a sentence of alignment. You were placed where you are for a reason at this time in this family, with this awareness. And here is what makes this once in a lifetime. The angels said this role will not last forever. It is temporary, it is seasonal, it is purposeful. Once the balance is restored, once the tension softens, once understanding becomes easier, you will feel lighter. That is how you will know the message has completed its work. In the next part, the angels reveal what changes in your own life. The moment this family shift is completed, and why something you have been waiting for suddenly moves forward after that. My beloved soul, this is where the message turns inward. Because what the angels revealed next was not about your family anymore. It was about what unlocks for you the moment your role is fulfilled. They showed a quiet release, not dramatic, not sudden. A release you feel in your body before you understand it in your mind. You will notice that something you have been carrying for a long time begins to feel lighter, a weighting, a pause, a sense of being held back without knowing why. That weight does not disappear because you forced it away. It leaves because it is no longer needed. The angels said that when the family balance completes, your path clears naturally, not because you earned it, not because you proved anything, but because you were never meant to carry both roles at once. You were never meant to be the anchor and the traveler at the same time. This is why progress in your own life has felt delayed. Not blocked, not denied, simply timed. The moment your energy no longer needs to stabilize others, it begins to move forward again. Ideas return. Motivation sharpens. Opportunities feel closer instead of distant. You may notice a sudden clarity about a decision you have avoided, a conversation that no longer feels heavy. A step you were afraid to take now feels obvious. This is not coincidence. This is transfer. The angels revealed that your sensitivity is not a weakness. It is a signal system. Once it no longer needs to monitor your family, it redirects toward your future. That is when something you have been waiting on responds. A message, an invitation, a green light that arrives without struggle, not because the world changed, but because your role did. Here is the part most people never hear. You are not losing your place in your family by stepping forward. You are completing it. You are not abandoning anyone. You are demonstrating what alignment looks like. Your family does not need you to stay small. They needed you to stabilize long enough for everyone to find their footing. And now, the path opens. The angels said you will know this moment has arrived when you feel excitement without anxiety, when hope feels calm instead of rushed, when moving forward no longer feels like leaving something behind. This is the closing of the writing, not an ending, a release. In the next part, the angels reveal the exact inner sign you will feel that confirms your season has shifted, and why ignoring that feeling would delay what is meant to unfold for you. My beloved soul, this is the confirmation point, not outside of you, inside you. The angels said there is one inner signal that cannot be copied, imagined, or forced. When it appears, you will know the season has shifted, arrives as a calm certainty. Not excitement that makes you restless, not fear disguised as urgency. A calm that feels steady, grounded, and clear. You may suddenly feel done with something that once drained you. Not angry, not emotional, just finished. That feeling is sacred. When this signal activates, you stop over-explaining yourself. You stop needing approval. You stop replaying conversations in your mind. You do not become cold. You become clear. The angels revealed that many people mistake this feeling and ignore it. They assume it means they are losing care. They assume it means they are becoming distant. But the truth is simpler. It means your energy is being recalled. Recalled from roles that were temporary. recalled from emotional labor that is no longer required, recalled from waiting rooms you were never meant to live in. This is where your power quietly returns. You will notice you speak less but mean more. You listen without absorbing, help without losing yourself. This is the moment your family feels stable without you holding everything together, not because you stopped caring, but because the cycle completed. The angels were very clear about one thing here. If you ignore this inner signal and try to stay where you no longer belong energetically, progress slows again. Not as punishment, as misalignment. But if you honor it even gently, even slowly, something extraordinary happens. Your next step meets you halfway. Doors open without force. People respond differently to you. Your presence carries weight without effort. You no longer chase clarity. Clarity follows you. This is why this message is once in a lifetime. Because this transition does not repeat. It is a crossing. The writing stands complete the moment you trust that inner calm and move with it. You were never meant to stay in protection mode forever. You were meant to activate, stabilize, and then rise. This is not separation. This is elevation. And now the message rests with you, my beloved soul. This is the ceiling, not a promise, not a prediction. A recognition of who you already are becoming. The angels revealed that after the inner calm settles, something subtle but powerful begins to change around you. People respond differently to your presence, not because you demand it, because your energy no longer leaks. You may notice that conversations shorten, not because connection is lost, because truth no longer needs explanation. You stop convincing, you stop proving, you stop waiting to be understood. Understanding comes on its own. This is where your voice changes, not in volume, in weight. When you speak, it lands. When you pause, it teaches. When you choose silence, it protects. The angels said this is the moment your life stops feeling like preparation, and starts feeling like motion. Not rushed motion, aligned motion. Something you once chased now turns toward you, not dramatically, naturally. This is because your energy is no longer divided between holding and hoping. It becomes focused, clear, directional. The angels also revealed a truth few are told. Your family does not lose you in this phase. They gain stability from what you modeled. Your calm becomes their reference point. Your boundaries become their unspoken permission. You did not leave a role unfinished. You completed it with grace, and here is the final revelation. This message was not meant to be replayed endlessly. It was meant to be remembered once. When you feel yourself returning to old emotional patterns, this is your anchor. When doubt tries to question your timing, this is your reminder. When silence feels unfamiliar, this is your confirmation. You were guided. You were placed. You were trusted. The writing closes not with words but with alignment. You move forward without force. You stand without strain. You carry clarity instead of weight. This is not the end of the message. It is the beginning of your motion. And now it rests with you. My beloved soul, this part is the quiet unfolding. No announcement. No signal to the world, only truth settling into place. The angels revealed that after alignment, life does not explode outward. It stabilizes inward first. You begin to trust your timing without asking anyone to confirm it. You begin to move without explaining where you are going. You begin to feel safe in decisions before results appear. This is the shift most people never notice. But it changes everything. You may feel less reactive to situations that once pulled at you. Not because you stopped caring. Because you stopped carrying. The angels said this is where your intuition sharpens. You sense what to accept and what to decline without effort. You feel when something is aligned and when it is not, instantly. There is no confusion here. Only clarity that feels normal. This is when your energy becomes selective, not guarded. Precise. You will notice fewer emotional highs and lows, not numbness. Balance. Peace stops feeling fragile, it feels sturdy. The angels revealed something rare at this stage. Opportunities recognize you before you recognize them. People open doors without knowing why. Situations rearrange themselves to meet your readiness. Not because you demanded anything. Because your presence is now congruent. This is the quiet authority that cannot be taught. It is earned through completion. You may feel drawn to simplify. Less noise, less explanation, less delay. This is not withdrawal, it is refinement. The angels also said this is when gratitude deepens. Not emotional gratitude. Grounded gratitude. You stop asking why things happened the way they did. You see how each role led here. You understand without revisiting pain. This is where maturity becomes peaceful. Nothing dramatic is required from you now. No declaration, no final step. Just movement that feels honest. This is the final stage of the writing. Not the ending of your story. The clearing of your path. You are not waiting anymore, you are walking. And everything that is meant to meet you will recognize you when it does. My beloved soul, this is the closing resonance. Not an ending spoken aloud, an ending felt. The angels said there is a moment when everything finally sounds quiet inside you, not empty, clear. Thoughts slow without effort. Worry loses its grip without argument. You do not force peace. Peace recognizes you. This is when you realize something profound. Nothing was missing. Nothing was late. Nothing was taken from you. Everything was aligning you. You stop scanning for signs because you have become one. You stop waiting for reassurance because certainty lives in your chest. You stop wondering if you are doing the right thing because your body agrees before your mind speaks. This is the completion. The angels revealed that once this phase locks in, your life carries a different rhythm. Not faster, not slower, truer. You attract without chasing, you choose without guilt. You rest without fear of falling behind. This is when your presence alone becomes enough. People may not know what changed about you, but they feel it. They respect your silence. They listen when you speak. They sense your boundaries without testing them. You do not announce growth. Growth announces itself. The angels said this is why the message was written only once. Because repetition would weaken it. This truth is meant to be carried, not replayed. When challenges appear, you will meet them differently. Not from defense, from clarity. When choices appear, you will feel the correct one before logic arrives. Not because you guessed, because you are aligned. This is the final truth. You were never meant to be saved. You were meant to be activated, trusted, and released into your own timing. Your family is steadier. Your path is open. Your role is complete, and now you move forward without noise, without fear, without force. The message ends here, but your motion continues. My beloved soul, this is the echo that follows the silence. Not louder than before, clearer. The angels revealed that after everything settles, one final awareness arrives. It does not rush in. It waits until you are ready to notice it. You begin to sense your own worth without comparison. Not pride, not ego. A quiet knowing that you belong exactly where you are. You stop measuring progress by distance. You measure it by peace. This is the moment when effort turns into flow. When decisions stop feeling heavy. When the future stops feeling abstract. You are no longer preparing to become someone. You are already standing as yourself. The angels said this is why people will begin to mirror you differently. Some will feel inspired. Some will feel unsettled. Both reactions are reflections, not responsibilities. You do not correct anyone. You do not shrink to comfort them. You remain steady. This steadiness is the final gift of the message. You will notice that time feels different now. Days feel fuller without being crowded. Moments feel meaningful without being dramatic. You begin to trust pauses. You begin to respect endings. You begin to welcome beginnings without fear. The angels revealed something powerful here. From this point forward, when you feel resistance, it will no longer be confusion. It will be clarity showing you where not to go. When you feel ease, it will no longer be escape. It will be alignment inviting you forward. This is mastery without effort. You carry your family's strength without their weight. You carry your future without anxiety. You carry yourself without apology. The message does not need to continue, it has done its work. You are calm without detachment, focused without pressure, present without needing proof. This is the final resonance. You walk forward not because something pushed you but because nothing holds you back anymore. My beloved soul, this is the afterglow, not the message itself, the life that follows it. The angels revealed that once everything aligns, you do not feel changed. You feel returned. Returned to a version of yourself that existed before doubt learned your name, before hesitation became a habit, before responsibility made you forget your own rhythm. This is why the shift feels familiar, like coming home without traveling. You may notice that you laugh more quietly now, smile without reason, breathe deeper without thinking about it. Nothing outside you needs to improve for this to happen. It happens because you stopped resisting who you are. The angels said this is when your energy becomes trustworthy. To yourself first, you stop betraying your instincts for comfort. You stop postponing joy for permission. You stop questioning feelings that arrive clean and clear. This is not confidence you perform, it is confidence you live. People around you may start seeking your presence without knowing why, not for advice, not for solutions, for calm. You become a reference point without trying. The angels revealed something rare here. From this stage onward, when something is not meant for you, it leaves quickly. No drama, no lessons repeated, no emotional debt, and when something is meant for you, it stays without effort, it fits, it flows, it remains. This is discernment without struggle. You do not need signs anymore. Your body responds before your mind doubts. Your peace answers before fear speaks. This is why the message was written about your family but fulfilled through you. You carried awareness so others could settle. You held space so patterns could end. You stood steady so motion could begin. Now you live from alignment instead of obligation. Nothing needs to be added to your life for it to be complete. Nothing needs to be removed for it to feel free. This is the final truth the angels left with you. When you walk forward now, you do not leave anything behind. You bring everything into order. And that is how the message continues without ever needing to be spoken again. My beloved soul, this is the completion point, not a conclusion, a grounding. The angels revealed that when everything has settled, when motion feels natural and peace feels normal, one final understanding locks into place. You realize you never needed permission to become who you are. You were only waiting to stop asking. This is the moment where effort dissolves, not because life becomes easy, but because resistance disappears. You stop negotiating with your truth. You stop delaying decisions that feel clear. You stop shrinking your instincts to make others comfortable. This is sovereignty without noise. The angels said this is when your life begins to respond instantly, not magically, accurately. When you say yes, things move. When you say no, things fall away. When you pause, clarity deepens. Nothing lingers where it does not belong. You may notice that old fears try to return briefly, not to stop you, to confirm that they no longer have authority. They pass quickly. This is the final test of alignment, not action. Trust that calm is not laziness. Trust that ease is not loss. Trust that certainty does not need explanation. You are no longer shaped by circumstances. Circumstances adjust to your presence. The angels revealed this is why your family feels stable now, why your path feels open, why your future no longer feels heavy. The writing has done its work. From here forward, growth feels quiet, progress feels steady, purpose feels lived, not searched for. You do not look for meaning anymore. Meaning moves with you. This is the final message. You stand in your life without apology. You move forward without urgency. You exist without fragmentation. Nothing needs to be added. Nothing needs to be removed. You are aligned.